hope you brought the aloe and sunscreen.
Bullshit.
Because these takes are scorching hot. Now, get ready for some raw,
You want it raw?
gritty, and unfiltered takes from the old man, Don himself.
She can't say the truth because it does make her look like an idiot. Because that's what she is.
These are Pop's Takes, right here on BB Nation Radio.
Bullshit.
All right, and we are live once again here for Pop's Takes here on Backwoods Veterans Media. Doing things a little bit different this week because I'm working off a shadow ban, man. So, unfortunately, yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes. So, I have to share this out in a roundabout way. So, anyhow, Pops, what's going on? How you doing?
Oh, not a whole lot. I got a couple of questions. I got one question for people out there listening to us, and maybe they can look for some answers. But I want to know what there is about high-ranking politicians in the Democratic Party that are elected to office. What makes them think that they're studs or whatever, and that it don't make any difference what they do to these women, they can do it and get away with it?
What makes them think they can get away with it?
Yeah. They all act like they can. I mean, Kennedy, Clinton, Como.
The whole lot of them.
Como has now the ninth one came in and accused him this morning.
Really?
Nine ladies. And it's just, it seems like every time you turn around one of these, I'm going to be nice and not say it. It'd be swearing on here to say what I was thinking.
Okay.
Assholes, okay?
Hey, there you go.
That think that women are their property no matter who they are or what they are. And I'm getting sick of it. And somebody or something has to do something about it. And hopefully, sooner or later, people will wise up and realize that these people they're evil.
Yeah.
And then the children and the abuse. I mean, it's just on and on and on. I mean, it's just like somebody was asking me today about what is going on that our government, our administration we have in there now, is so concerned about illegal immigrants coming into the country, but they will not do anything to help our hundreds of thousands of homeless in the country right now. We've got children here in the States that are homeless that, they've got nothing and they don't help them. They're too busy with immigrants to take care of their own here.
Right.
And that's frustrating. I'm sorry, I just had to steam off a little bit about that because it really irritates me that we can't even take care of our own. I mean, yes, it's terrible what they're doing down here at the border, and I understand. I understood earlier in the week or last week that our vice president was supposed to be taking over and working on solving the problems of this crisis down there on the border.
Okay.
Do you realize how they're going to? How she plans on taking care of it? Was through diplomacy with the countries that the people are coming from, trying to find out why they're leaving their country.
Gotcha. And apparently somebody's here because the dogs are going bonkers out in the other room.
It looks like your other half.
Yeah, looks that way.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah, anyhow. That's those are just some of the things I wanted to blow off about tonight.
Well, it's that's why this is called Pop's Takes, is your take on what all's going on.
It's just, why can't we take care of our own?
That's a question that has been going around for quite some time.
Well, I wish that these politicians or administration now would give us an answer. They give us a roundabout crap about this or that or whatever, but none of them have an answer.
Right.
Or you can't, this secretary, this press secretary they have now, that's unbelievable. Every question that she's asked is if it's something that's serious and they need people want to know. Oh, I'll have to get back to you. I'll come back around to that. That's all the only answer she can give, and she never comes back around to it.
No.
So, they're trying to keep us all in the dark. And I think that some of the people are starting to wise up and it's starting to come out, and it's getting some of the things that's been going on, we're finding out are worse than we thought they were.
Agreed.
So I don't know what we got to do about it all, but whatever, people have got to get out there and vote and get some of these people voted out. As hopefully they don't change the election laws too much. What gets me is this is another thing. They want to change this. HR1 wants to change all the election laws,
Mm-hmm.
except that the federal government, they can do a little bit with the presidency election or something like that, but or federal mandates that go before the people have voted, but they have no say so about the representatives or anybody on state level that represents a state, whether it be a senator or representative or whatever. And they can't do that.
Right.
And all this is stuff that's they're trying to do with the president's executive orders are, so many of them are illegal. They were put in by Congress and they cannot be changed without the Congress doing it. But can't they get it through their heads that we do have a legislature to take care of these things, and it's up to them to decide on who and what and what's going on,
Right.
and how they're going to deal with it. It's not up to one person to stand up there and say, "We're going to do this."
Correct.
It's just it's against the Constitution. We're going to do this. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to
Okay.
bring stuff up here so that
Yeah.
way, can at least comment on and at least get the show shared out because, we only got a couple people tuned in right now. But again, Facebook, Zuckerberg strikes again.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me too much because they tell us that all of us conservatives are a threat to the government, a threat to the administration, a threat to the United States.
Right.
I got news for them. We're, as conservatives, we are very, very patriotic. We love our country, and that's why we do what we do and think what we do.
Absolutely.
And they're not going to take it away from us.
They think.
They think they're going to, but it's not going to happen. People are starting to wise up. I mean, I'm talking about actual Democrats and stuff, not liberals, but actual Democrats and conservatives or Republicans and your independents and all that. They're all starting to get wise to what's going on here, and they're getting frustrated because they think that somebody's trying to take control of their lives.
Well, slowly but surely, it's starting to get that way.
And that's what they're trying to do. They want to take control every person's life in here in the United States. They want the full control and power.
Well, we've seen this play out before, haven't we, in history books? Oh, wait, they don't teach that anymore.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Probably because it doesn't fit the agenda.
They don't want people to know the truth. That's why. They just flat don't want people to know the truth. They don't want people to know history. They don't want people to know how this country was.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix your microphone here.
They don't want the people to know how this country was founded and why it was founded and all that. And it's just they're not going to be able to do it forever. They might do it for a little while, but they're not going to get away.
Well, eventually the truth of things is going to wind up coming out, and it's going to wind up biting them in the backside.
Truth always eventually comes out. You can't continue to lie and not get caught in it.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
I don't care what it is when it comes. You either tell the truth if you start lying and try and build on it or whatever.
Right.
Next thing you know, you got caught in your lie. So they better get over it. That's just basically that's what I've got to say. We've got to stand up to them and say, "Hey, enough is enough." And uh, in all of it, all this stuff going on, everything today, everything from the border to the uh, abuse of women to the everything, all that, it's got to come to a stop. And I guess I heard today that there's like I don't know how many percentage, huge percentage of more of shootings and killings and all that. And they say, well, it's all because of no gun control. Well, guess what? You don't control the guns. You don't control the guns that these criminals have got.
No, contrary to popular belief there, guy.
Hey,
that's really not how it works.
And the more police you get rid of, the more crooks you're going to get.
Exactly.
And all they've done is make these crooks and everything think that they're emboldening them. That's what they've done. They've emboldened them where they know they're not going to get in trouble. Weird. So do whatever they want to.
Wow, that's weird. So apparently, for some reason, it's not showing the comments up on the feed here. For some reason.
Well, are we getting a lot of them?
Oh, well, we're getting them.
Yeah.
Don't get it wrong. We're getting them. It's just for some reason it's not showing the comments here on the feed. I mean, I'm getting them here on my phone.
I guess I'm really curious as to what's.
So Terrell says, "Sorry, I'm late." Richie Redneck Pimp checking in, saying hello. Even High Tech's checking in and says, but even when the legislature makes laws, those enacting them just make their own decisions to enforce or not enforce the laws on the books. Kenny Fuckerberg by Zuckerberg.
Guess what? That's exactly what's going on.
Are there actual Democrats still out there? Terrell replies, only socialists, unfortunately. Missouri is passing every origin law it can find. Pro-gun law, freaking autocorrect, excuse me. So Missouri is a viable option if shit hits a fan. Yeah, that's kind of how it looks right now. Your live number is wrong too. Yeah. And dude, everything's just, I don't know. It's weird.
Well,
look at fine. Hey, there we go. Oh, I know why. I know what's going on.
Oh, he knows something.
It's only, shush you. Because I'm dual broadcasting because of, thank you, Zuckerberg, for screwing me over once again. Between myself and Radio Buddy, I got in trouble on Saturday. So hopefully tomorrow my ban will be lifted. Anyhow, so it's not letting me see the comments, which is weird. Well, StreamYard's not showing the ones on my alternate profile. And it won't let me post to our Facebook page over there in Backwoods Vet. So, High Tech, I know you're watching. Share the feed over there, would you please? Anyhow, also, but I am able to post it to our YouTube channel. So, we at least got that somewhat covered. And Dean's chiming in and says, hey, fellas, Facebook won't let me watch. So, that's all right. Dean, good to see you checking in there, at least over on the YouTube side of things. So, yeah. Speaking of watches, how's my watch doing? Dude, I'm telling you, we will see how that goes. I'm not going to say one way or the other. We will be drawing that S&B watch set that we've had up for grabs here on Friday. The one that we're raffling off.
Oh, that's right. You raffled one off at the.
Well, no, we've been selling the raffle tickets, and we finally sold out of them here this last week on Friday, as a matter of fact. So here this coming Friday, we're doing the drawing for it.
Good.
Live on the air. So somebody will be
a happy camper.
Exactly. As well as our friends over at the Fallen Outdoors, because the proceeds are going to help those guys out. So anyhow, so what else you got on tap for us there, old timer?
Well, there's you got me going here trying to figure out what we were doing now. But there's just so much stuff going on here in the country today that can't keep track of it all. So you know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
Here in a few weeks, fishing season opens up. I'm going fishing.
Yes. Here pretty soon.
It says gone fishing.
Right. Which, by the way, High Tech went out here this last week and down there at the coast and did some surf fishing out there.
Oh, he did. Did he catch anything
Yes, he did actually.
besides a cold?
No, he got in some perch though. He did manage to get in some fish.
Oh.
So
Where was he at?
he actually was up there up off of Sunset Beach, Camp Riley, up there on the north coast there.
Right.
So got into him pretty well up there, and yeah, I guess he caught a few. He caught one on Tuesday, and he caught a couple more on either Thursday or Friday. I don't remember which one he said, but yeah. So no, he was getting into him at least. So he's trying to get me out there. I was like, well, I gotta get a set of chest waders first.
Well, I don't have any chest waders. I don't even have any regular waders anymore. They kind of disappeared somewhere along the line.
Right. And yes, right. Dean, that is correct. Surf perch is good eating.
Very.
That it certainly is. So, but yeah, so where you planning on hitting up for first round, getting lines wet this year, old man?
Probably down around the Halem area, that area down in there.
Oh?
Yeah. I want to do some crabbing at the same time.
Oh, there you go. So you got to put it in down there in the Halem Bay.
Right. I figured that's where I'd do the first time, and then do some salmon fishing on up when they come. Spring run comes in. So we just have to wait and see.
Well, the first round of springers are already starting to work their way up.
Yeah, but the late spring is when you get the bigger ones.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And so
you got to hit up the North Fork and the Halem for that one, or are you going to try and do a little bit closer to home?
No, I'll probably do down there the Halem up. Actually, you go right behind camp there and fish at
go right off the bank.
Fish at North Fork of the Halem, right behind where we camp.
Well, see, with you can go right there next to the hatchery and go too.
Yeah. As long as my friends don't kick me out of camp, I'm all set to go. But they're good people. They've been very, very good friends, and more like family than friends.
That is very true.
So
that is very, very true.
And so I need to get down there anyhow. I want to go down and my close buddy's ashes and everything are down there, and I want to go down and say hi to him and take care of some things like that. Because I haven't been down there for a while.
Right. Well, maybe we'll figure something out here. So
anyhow, that's kind of what I got in my plans pretty soon here is to just go start doing some fishing.
By God, it is that time of year where fishing is starting to get good.
Streams and all that.
Here's another question for you. Have you given any thought to this fall? Because coming up here in about 6 weeks is a draw deadline, at least out here in the state of Oregon, for putting in for controlled hunt tags.
Yeah, I really I better start thinking about it pretty quick, hadn't I?
Yes, you probably should. I got my draws in. I did, but I put mine in here earlier in the year too.
We'll have to sit down and talk here. Maybe we get it all done by Easter here, get all that settled up, and I'll go get them right after Easter.
There you go. Now you just gonna do the usual deer and elk, or are you just gonna go for one or the other, or what are you doing?
I'm not sure.
Because I put it across the board this year. I think the only species I did not put in for was bighorn.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. But I put in for deer, I put in for elk, I put in for 600 series antlerless deer. So deer.
Did you put in antelope?
I did put in for antelope this year as well. And I also apply for my premium hunts too, but that's a whole different deal. That's every man for himself on those tags.
Yeah, I'll put it in for the premium hunts, I'm sure, but I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to be physically able to do. And
right.
That's what I've been that's why I've been holding off a little bit, because I hate to take a spot and not be able to do it, and somebody was able to and couldn't go because they didn't get the spot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And at my age, I've taken a lot of deer, a lot of elk, whitetail, blacktail, mule deer, elk. The only thing I haven't taken is the Rocky Mountain elk. All my elk hunting has been Roosevelt.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you caught last night's show, but we did a follow up. You know the story that we covered talking about the new elk hunting that they just started this last year in Missouri, right? How they finally were able to reintroduce that. 5 of 5. 5 out of 5 were successful. Of the 5 elk tags that they issued out in the state of Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
All 5 were successful. And actually, all of them were decent branch bulls, too.
Yeah.
That wound up getting taken out. So,
well, I know.
Is Bighorn a raffle? Yes. Bighorn sheep is a raffle here in the state of Oregon, Dean. It is literally a once in a lifetime tag. If you draw it once here in the state of Oregon, that's it. You are done. If you want to do any more bighorn hunting, got to go out of state.
Actually, you got to go out of the country.
What do you mean you got to go out of the country? You shouldn't have to go out of the country. There's other states that you can, I think you could dang near buy them over the counter.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot more, they give a lot more tags out in places like Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, I believe.
But the bighorns and all that are I understand, are natural in those areas.
That's what I'm saying. Well, they are out here too, but they're not near as populated as what they are in other places. You know, they're more towards the Rockies.
Wasn't the population pretty eradicated here in this state for a while?
Pretty close too, yeah.
And they had to bring it all
Alaska,
down.
Yeah, that's another one, Dean. But they got more of the billy goats out there.
Yeah.
More than not so much as the bighorns, but them damn Rocky Mountain goats.
Well, now here's a question for you. You get all these tags or all these hunts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to have a gun to shoot with?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yep.
Or are they going to take them away from us?
That's you funny. If you think I'm giving up my firearms, you funny guy.
Well, that's the number one issue that they're trying to pass in Congress.
Don't give a damn. They are not. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. 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 When guns become outlawed, only outlaws will have guns.
Well, what they're saying right now is that my Browning, the 308 Browning,
that would soon be considered an assault weapon.
Yes.
That's okay. There's one sitting right there in the corner right next to you.
But that's not.
And I got another one sitting, and I got another half of it sitting in the gun safe too.
But that's semi-automatic Browning, 308 round and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell me because it's a semi-automatic that it's going to be considered an assault weapon.
Well, on the books, yeah, for what they're trying to pass for language, yes.
That's what they're trying to put through now. And one thing that just, he's the president, so I have to show some respect.
Okay, that's fair.
But the man has said that he's going to do all this with executive order.
You can't.
Oh, he thinks he can do anything with an executive order because that's what the people behind him.
Only dictators rule by executive order, right?
But that's what the people behind him that are supporting him and keeping him in there, that's what they're telling him because that's what they want him to believe. He can't think for himself anymore.
No, that's true. Dean, course, I might very well lose in a gunfight, but damn it, my house is going to look like a pirate ship before I go down. That's very true.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before and said that a few times.
Yep, exactly.
That's another thing that they're trying to do. It's just so far against the Constitution, and they just want to give it all to the criminals anyhow. They don't want you to be able to prosecute any criminals. They get caught doing something. What are you going to do? Just turn them loose.
Right. Especially if you're in Multnomah County.
No, well, there's a whole
they got a revolving door deal going on down there.
A lot of counties have got that.
Right.
And it's a lot of states.
Sad thing, New York State is another prime example of it. New York City, those guys, the oldest law enforcement agency in the land. And there they go. They're putting in a freaking revolving door because of their DA, just like what we got going on here out in this this part of the country.
Well, Illinois is just as bad. They're just as bad as the rest.
Oh, and Chicago was at Cook County, I think is
Cook County, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's ridiculous out there. It really is. So anyhow, Pops, we're coming up here at the bottom of the hour. Get ready to wrap things up. So any other words of wisdom for everybody before we sign off tonight?
Just keep your eye on the government. See what it's doing, and keep in your own mind what we've got to vote on or get people to think about what's going on in this country today, so we can take it back and make it the country it is. Right now, we're the laughing stock of the world. And that's sad for all of us that have done what we could in our lives to protect this country and the Constitution. So stand up there and take note of what's going on, and keep your eyes and ears open, and open mind, and we'll get through this one way or the other.
Absolutely.
God bless all of you, and we'll see you again next week.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you all later. Right back here on Pop's Takes.